You've probably asked an AI a question and gotten back an answer that was completely, confidently wrong. Now imagine the smartest person you've ever met. They've read almost every book, every article, every web page ever written. Ask them almost anything, and they'll have an answer. Sounds perfect, right? But everything they know, they learned from memory alone. And when they don't actually know something, they don't always say so. Sometimes they just make it up with total confidence. That person is an AI language model. And you've probably already met the fix without realizing it. Every time a chatbot answers with a little source link attached. Today, I want to show you the surprisingly simple trick behind that. It's called RAG, retrieval-augmented generation. Don't worry about the words. By the end, they'll feel obvious. Because the idea underneath is surprisingly simple. Let's see the problem in action. Ask a normal AI model about something that happened last week, and it might just guess because its memory stopped before then. Ask it about your company's refund policy, and it has no idea. It's never seen it. And ask it a tricky question it doesn't know. Instead of admitting that, it might invent a very convincing, completely wrong answer. Out of date, doesn't know your world, and makes things up. 3 big problems. So how do we fix a brilliant mind with these 3 blind spots? We don't try to make it smarter. We do something much simpler. Think back to school and 2 kinds of exams. The first is a closed book exam. You walk in, you sit down, and you answer everything from memory alone. If you've forgotten something, or you never learned it, you're stuck. So you guess. That's a normal AI model, answering everything from memory. Now picture the second kind, an open book exam. Same student, same brain. But this time, you're allowed to bring the textbook. Before you answer each question, you flip to the right page, read what it actually says, and then write your answer based on that. Suddenly, forgetting doesn't matter. Out-of-date memory doesn't matter. You're not guessing anymore. You're looking it up. That is RAG. We take the same brilliant AI and we let it take an open book exam. So how does this open book trick actually work? The easiest way to picture it is as a team of 2. The first member of the team is a librarian. The moment you ask a question, the librarian rushes off to a huge collection of documents and grabs the handful of pages most likely to hold the answer. The second member is a writer. The writer takes those pages, reads them, and uses them to write a clear, friendly answer to your question. That's the whole idea, and it's exactly what the name tells us. RAG stands for retrieval-augmented generation. Retrieval, that's the librarian, fetching. Generation, that's the writer, writing. Augmented just means the writer got some help. Don't worry about the jargon. Just remember, librarian, then writer. Now, there's one beautiful idea hiding inside all this, and it's worth slowing down for. How does the librarian find the right pages so fast? It can't read every document every single time you ask. That would take forever. So here's the clever part. Long before you ask anything, all the documents get prepared. They're chopped into small, bite-sized pages. Each one of those little pages has a name. It's called a chunk. And then every page is placed onto a kind of map. Not a map of places, a map of meaning. A page's spot on that map even has a name. It's called an embedding. On this map, ideas that mean similar things sit close together. So, a page about returning a product sits right next to a page about getting a refund, even if they don't share a single word, because they mean almost the same thing. Now, when you ask your question gets placed onto that exact same map, and the librarian simply looks around that spot and grabs whatever's nearby. That looking around has a name too. Vector search. That's it. 3 pieces of jargon, chunks, embeddings, vector search. And you've already seen what each one means. The picture in your head can stay simple. A map of meaning, where similar ideas are neighbors. Let's watch the whole thing happen, start to finish, with one real example. Say a company has a help chatbot, powered by RAG, and a customer types, how long do I have to return my headphones? Step 1. The question lands on our map of meaning. Step 2. The librarian looks at that spot and finds the page closest to it, the company's returns policy. Step 3. The librarian hands that page, along with the original question, to the writer. So now the writer isn't working from memory. It's holding a note that says, here's the question, and here's the actual returns policy. Now, answer. Step 4. The writer reads it and replies, you have 30 days to return your headphones. And because it answered from a real document, it can even tell you where it got that, according to the returns policy. No guessing, no making things up. Just the right page, found and read, in under a second. That's RAG, working. So why does this matter so much? Think back to our 3 problems. Out of date? Fixed. To teach it something new, you just add a new page to the library. No expensive retraining. Doesn't know your world? Fixed. You can fill the library with your documents, your policies, your notes. Making things up? Hugely reduced, because now it's reading real information instead of guessing. And as a bonus, it can show its sources, so you can actually check its work. Same AI, one simple trick, a completely different level of trust. Now, I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't mention the catch, because RAG has one real weakness. Everything depends on the librarian. If the librarian grabs the wrong pages, the writer will confidently write an answer based on the wrong information. Garbage in, garbage out. So a huge amount of the work in building good RAG systems is really about making that librarian better, helping it find the right pages every time. When RAG goes wrong, it's almost never the writer's fault. It's the librarian's. One last thing, because people mix these two up all the time. You might be wondering, why not just train the AI on all this information directly? That's a different technique, called fine-tuning. And here's the simplest way to tell them apart. Fine-tuning is like sending our expert back to school. It changes how they think and how they talk. RAG is like handing that expert the right notes to look things up. Now, you can teach facts at school too, but it's slow, it's expensive, and the moment a fact changes, you're back in the classroom all over again. With notes, you just swap the page. So if you want to change how the AI behaves, you teach it. If you want it to have the right facts and keep them current, you give it the notes. And most of the time, you just want the notes. That's RAG. So the next time an AI gives you an answer with a little source link attached, or a company chatbot somehow knows their exact refund policy, now you know what's happening behind the scenes. A librarian and a writer, an open book exam. That's all RAG really is. If this made the idea click for you, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, where we'll take these ideas one step further. Thanks for watching.